Welcome back. Pharma. That's the next company on our radar. They reported a D6 set of numbers. In Q3, the pharma major's arm, Biopharma, has received the US FDA nod for AdQ. We're now joined by Pharma's CFO, Mr. Santhanam Subramanian, as well as Biopharma CEO, Mr. Ashish Anvekar. Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks a lot for joining in. Let's address this recent piece of news first that's come about. What is the addressable US market size for AdQ? What about competition out there? And at peak, what kind of revenue potential do you see from this product?
Okay, thank you first of all for inviting us. We are superly excited about this approval. This approval augments our presence in the innovative space. So just as a little bit of a backdrop, Acrotech has been in existence, is a commercial organization for the last 7.5 years in the US. And this approval is our first NCE NDA approval in the dermatology space. So the atopic dermatitis, that's the indication, the mild and moderate atopic dermatitis is a disease state where it's a chronic condition. There's a lot of itchiness and scaling and dryness in the skin. And if it affects around 24 million people in the US, including adults and pediatric patients.
Okay, got it.
And around 6 million patients are treated on an annual basis. So the market potential for this drug is very huge. Right now, steroids are definitely the first line of treatment. They are often used, but the non-steroidal option is what is really appealing right now to the patients and to the doctors, because like I said, it's a chronic condition. So the patients need to use this drug for a longer period of time. And steroids cannot be usually used for a longer period of time. So this is where the non-steroidal topical products come into play, and AdQ addresses one of those needs.
Okay, all right.
So it is a PDE4 inhibitor, and it works through that mechanism of action, and it reduces the inflammation, and therefore works in reducing the the symptoms of atopic dermatitis.
Got it. So we have got some color with regard to this particular aspect, but let's focus on the bigger triggers for the company on the whole. The observations have been received for Unit 7 as well as UGR 3. Will this turn into an import alert? By when can we expect some kind of resolution? And what have we done about this, sir? Please go ahead.
Here you are presuming and asking multiple questions. We have already clearly given it what is our view, and we have said it in our submission to the exchanges. We believe it's a procedural in nature, and we will address it within the stipulated time.
And you were supposed to respond to the US FDA, sir, I think within 15-20 days or so. Is that the correct timeline?
Days, etc. We will be responding to that.
Okay, and you don't see any big risk from this. Is that correct?
Doctor, we felt we have given it already to the exchanges.
Okay. All right. Got that. Thank you very much for that. Gentlemen, morning. Prashant here. Now, if I can ask you about the Mr. Santhanam, the Pen-G plant, sir, right? Could you give us a sense of when this will be, fully stable? What is this expected to do? Because the worry has been that the commercialization is slow. It's not stable in that sense. So what should we expect in terms of revenues from this, sir, in 27?
So the capacity of the Pen-G plant is 15,000. The expectation from the PLI scheme is 10,000 tons. We have already achieved around 800 tons production in the month of January, which tantamount to 9,600 tons annually. So we are nearly 96% of the required as per the PLI we have already achieved. Going forward, we will increase the capacity only we will be doing going forward.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, so 96% of the PLI is already achieved. You're saying already, right? I mean, annualized for what you did in January.
In the month of January, we did 800 tons.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of revenues, margins from here, what should we expect?
The thinking that it has not ramped up is not correct.
Okay.
We are already fully ramping it up. And going forward, we'll see how best to increase it to the total capacity, depending upon the demand side. The Indian demand, the domestic demand for penicillin G, equivalent penicillin G is around 9,000 tons. We are already crossed 9,000 tons. And the balance, whatever the excess we are producing, we will be trying to export it also.
So, and what about, and total is 15,000 and you'll kind of go there at some point. So could you give us a sense of margins here and revenue potential at full capacity?
You take the MIP price is around $25. Even assuming we do 10,000 tons into $25, the maximum potential could be around about 250 million.
Okay, got that.
And margins on this, sir?
Margins, we are not giving any specific margins for any business, but certainly we will do well going forward because the yields are improving and we will be able to do better. In fact, I said in the call also, in the month of January, penicillin G as a one, we made a slight profit also without the MIP.
Okay.
Got that.
All right. And so just one quick, just to close the loop on this particular, as you said, the PLI benefit is around 240 crores if you do around 10,000 tons. Is that correct?
That's true.
All right. So you're on course to get that.
Yeah.
Got it. There we go.
Right. I believe there's a slump in penicillin G prices globally. It's come down very sharply from Chinese companies.
It has come down sharply after we started doing the second phase in the month of May, June. But I think my understanding is it started going up now.
Okay. So no risk to margins on the back of a slump in global prices.
And to the fact there is no risk, there is always positive only.
Okay. What about margins? You've overall guided for this year's margins at 21%. What could FY27 margins look like for the company? And what would be the triggers or drivers?
Let me address the second point first. If you really see next year, penicillin G with MAP, etc., we bound to do well. That's one thing. Second, the acquisition should be over. I mean, completed in all respects. Third is our Dayton plant also will start producing next year. Fourth is our Chinese plant, which has been, it's a negative EBITDA, very low negative EBITDA, which will turn positive double digit next year. So there are a lot of levers which are expected to happen next year, which will take, which I believe will give a good amount of improvement in the EBITDA margin.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a number, sir, for FY27 EBITDA margins?
I will give you in the May earnings call.
Okay. All right. Give us some clarity then with regard to the US operations as well as the European operations. What's the scalability of the US business? If you could tell us the growth trajectory of the injectables business, could it be mid-teens, low teens, some clarity on that front? And also European business, you're already hit the $1 billion euro guidance. From here on, how do you see this business scaling up?
I think as European CEO said, we are working towards achieving a low double-digit growth, right? We will try to, our endeavor is to achieve that. That is one point. In terms of the overall, we think with all these improvements taking place across the company, we should be very high single-digit to low double-digit is what we should be growing next year.
Okay, all right, got that. So one more question that most analysts have, valuation-wise, if I look at the stock, it's pretty attractive. The problem is there's constantly elevated capex for the last many years, acquisitions as well. If I look at it in the last 8 to 10 years, so your asset base has gone up by 4x, but the profit number hasn't gone up by the same pace. Could you tell the street what is the focus with regard to return ratios? ROE, ROC is still in low double digits. So is there a focus to improve that from here on?
It's already there, Nigel. If you really see what we have communicated in the last call, we said that we are not planning to do any greenfield capex, which is taking a lot of gestation time and other things. So we'll be focusing more on improving the existing capacity and trying to improve the overall performance. and try to improve the ROCE. And if at all, we'll be doing very small ticket acquisitions only. I mean, we may not be doing anything big like that as on date, but whatever we do, it should help the EBITDA margin to go up substantially. Good.
So just one final question, sir. Since we just briefly spoke about it, give us a targeted ROC, ROE, since the focus is going to be now on improvement out there. You could give us 2 years hence as well, or maybe in the near term, how do you see that number scale out? Because otherwise, stock is trading at what, around 15 times or thereabouts forward earnings. So it's relatively cheap, but the focus will be on improving return ratios. So you have a number in mind?
Obviously, Nigel, every company. Otherwise, why should we go and then commit ourselves? We'll not do a greenfield project unless it is absolutely essential. We'll not go and commit it. Our objective is to improve the ROCE as well as ROE.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for joining us. Good speaking with you. Appreciate your time here, gentlemen, on CNBC TV18, and look forward to our next one. Stocks at about 1155.